Hi all. Um, let's see. This book was very popular at the library, so I'm going to try reading it from YouTube instead, so we'll see how it goes. Where the Wild Things Are. And this was one of my twin boys, Ethan and Isaac's favorite books. And I have a new grandbaby on the way, and so I already bought a copy for him. Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. He also wrote Little Bear. Oh, there's Max. Look at him in his little wolf suit. And he's pounding on the wall with a big hammer. And the book says, the night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another. Oh, look, he's chasing the dog with a fork. I bet the dog doesn't like that at all. I bet he's making lots of noise when he's chasing. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, I'll eat you up. So he was sent to bed without eating anything. Oh, it looks like Max got in trouble, and he had to go to his bedroom and stay for the night. Sometimes when my boys got in trouble, they had to go to their room. That very night in Max's forest, a forest grew. Oh, look at that big forest. Look at all the trees growing up all around his bed. I wonder what his room is going to turn into. And grew. The forest grew, and it grew. Oh, look at all the plants. I can see the moon out the window. It doesn't look like a bedroom anymore. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became the world all around. That doesn't look like Max's bedroom at all anymore. I wonder what's going to be in this woods. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. Some of my classrooms right now are making boats and seeing if they'll float. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. Oh, look, there's Max in his boat. Look at that monster. It looks kind of scary. Max has his hand up, though. His claws are up. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars. Roar your roars. And they gnashed their terrible teeth. That means when you grind them together. And rolled their terrible eyes. Can you roll your terrible eyes? And showed their terrible claws. That part's really fun to act out. So Max said, be still. And he tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened. And they called him the most wild thing of all. Oh, look at all the wild things. They're a little bit afraid of Max. He's got his arm up. I think they're a little scared. They made him king of all wild things. And Max cried, and now let the wild rumpus start. A rumpus is a fun word. That's like a big party, a big, loud party. That part's fun to say. Do you want to say it too? Let the wild rumpus begin. Oh, it looks like there's dancing at the rumpus. And it looks like there's jumping up and down. That looks like maybe some girl monsters and boy monsters both. Oh, they're swinging from the trees with their claws. They're having all kinds of fun. They're having a wild rumpus for sure. Oh, they're giving Max a ride on his shoulders. It looks like maybe they're having a little wild thing parade. Now stop, said Max, and he sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Oh, he was having so much fun, but now he's lonely. I bet he's missing his mama. Then all around from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. Oh, he's got his hand on us. He looks so sad. But the wild things cried, oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so. And Max said, well, say this with me, it's fine. No! Did you say it? No! And the wild things, do this part too. They roared their terrible roars. And they gnashed their terrible teeth. Gnash your teeth. And they rolled their terrible eyes. And they showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped onto his private boat and he waved goodbye. And you waved goodbye to the monsters. Waved goodbye to the wild things. And he sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. Oh, that sounds like a long time. Sounds like Max was on that boat for a long, long time. I don't think Max is happy. His mouth is turned down. He looks sad. And into the night of his very own room, where he found, oh, look at that, supper waiting for him. Who do you think left that supper for him? I bet it was his mama. Max looks relieved to be home. Look, oh, and it was still hot. His supper was still hot. Max had a pretty big imagination. Oh, it looks like the wild things might be sad that he's gone. All right. Thank you for letting me read a story to you guys today. In the classrooms right now, in the 52-week classrooms, at least part of ours at MBJ and Rosewind that I'm with, have been reading Where the Wild Things Are and making some boats that float on water. So that's kind of fun. And so if your kids are going there, make sure and ask them some questions about what kinds of wild things activity they're doing. All right. I'm going to put your Friday up on Thursday since we're off on Friday for a holiday. Miss your faces.